no, so Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends, my dear viewers. I hope all of you are doing great by the grace of God Almighty. This is Tufail Haji once again from the platform of Ignited Minds, and we are doing the English language course. I keep on introducing this course to all of you because there are people who are joining afresh. Even though we have started this course, I think, a week back, but then we are getting the people who are showing great response, and they are getting into this capsule and becoming a part of this wonderful English language training program. So once again, just to remind you all of the fact that we have started this English language course a week back, and we are done with capsule 1, and that capsule, my dear friends, was based on letters and sounds. In fact, the sounds made rounds for the last week or so, and we started just to inform the ones who are joining afresh that we started with the introduction, and then we had the letters and the sounds attached to those letters, just for a refreshing of you all, that we have 44 sounds, out of which 24 are the consonant sounds and 20 are the vowel sounds. And we have had so many words discussed relating to those sounds, and I hope that all of you enjoyed listening to their pronunciation and their meaning as well. We have discussed certain interesting and entertaining things, and it is not over yet by any means. We are going to have so much more in the coming days, and from this capsule, from the pronunciation capsule, we'll be discussing words, a bunch of words that you'll normally feel are mispronounced in day-to-day life conversations. And I'm going to obviously supplement the matter also, and that material will come to you online, and that material will be shared and discussed also on this platform. This is a wonderful opportunity from Ignited Minds. As I keep on saying this, just 999 and then you are in for something very, very beautiful when we talk of English language course here from this trusted platform. So dear friends, today we are going to start the new capsule, and that capsule is based on introduction. Now the first thing that you require to do is, in some situations, in fact in most of the situations, is how to introduce yourself. आप अपने आप का तारुफ कैसे देंगे? How will you introduce yourself? You must have seen when you appear for an interview. In fact, in almost all the interview settings, you must have seen, आपने देखा होगा, that the first thing that we are told to speak about is your introduction. So there are people who say, please introduce yourself briefly, please give a short intro, please tell us something about yourself. Therefore, introduction is something that we all should know how to do. And that is today's lesson. We'll be talking about what all can be included when we talk of our introduction. So it's time for me to clean this up. This is a Smart English capsule, friends, for all of you, and I am doing it for you, and I am your facilitator, I am your trainer, and I would wish that this session and the sessions that are coming up prove mighty helpful to all of you in making your English very, very strong and very, very beautiful, so that you do have a good hold on the language of English that happens to be all important in the modern day settings. And when we consider the competition standards, we do believe and we do feel that it is the dire need of the hour to get sound control over this language in which almost all the disciplines of knowledge are right now presenting themselves. So we have at Ignited Minds this course running right now, and for the same you have to download the app, and then you can move on with this course, and you can have wonderful things understood properly, and the understanding of those things can obviously create a big difference in your lives. So introducing ourselves is going to be our topic today. I clean this up, and what all do we include in our introduction? हम अपनी introduction में क्या-क्या चीजें जो हैं वो शामिल करते हैं? सबसे पहले obviously we start with the name. So name is the first thing, that is your identity. What are you known by? That is what you tell, you love to say upfront. You start with the name. You can say, my name is Tufail Haji. Suppose in my case, you can say, I am dash dash dash, and then you can speak of your name. You can say, I am Tufail Haji. My name is Tufail Haji. That is the way you start with, and then obviously after you have spoken your name, you prefer to speak some more things with the name. There is no need to talk about your parentage, like you are the son of or the daughter of whom. You don't need to mention that, because in introduction we do not make it lengthy. Because introduction happens to be just a part of the process that's going to come next. So पूरी तवज्जो या पूरी चीज़ जो है वो introduction पे ही या पूरी explanation जो है वो हमारे जो interviewers होंगे या हमारे जो भी आगे लोग होंगे उनको जानने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Therefore, they would like to know the bare bones. I mean to say the main things about your person, and obviously the name is very important. They would like to know where do you come from. So that is also very important. Why is it important to talk about your residence? In fact, there are some people who have got permanent residence at a place, and there are some people who have got a temporary residence at a different place. Suppose my permanent residence, if I talk of myself, is in Sopore town, and the current residence, so the temporary residence, is in Naugam, Srinagar. So temporary and permanent. Why is it important? ये क्यों ज़रूरी है? Because in certain sessions or in certain things, it is required to be known कि आप कहाँ से आते हैं, क्योंकि maybe there are some things that are related to your transport facilities. There are some things where the organization feels that this person has to be within a radius of these many kilometers. Therefore, very many things are taken into consideration, because when you are interviewed, the residence also speaks up about the cultural heritage that they have at a particular place. He comes from which background, he comes from which residence, he comes from which area, and how suitable it is going to be for our organization, for our institution to have you. And there are some interviews where you may have seen, आपने देखा होगा कि जो interviewers होते हैं, by the way, the person who interviews is called interviewer. जो interview करता है, he is called interviewer, and जो interview face करता है, that person is called interviewee. So interviewer is the person who asks questions, who does the interview, and interviewee is the person who faces the interview or who appears for the interview. So that is interviewer and interviewee. Similarly, we have examiner and examinee. You need to understand the difference. Examiner is the person who gives the exams, and examinee is the person who takes the exams. There is a confusion among people that the student gives the exams and the teacher takes the exams. No, that is not done. The teacher gives a test and the student always takes a test. So we don't say that the student has given the test. The student cannot give the test. The teacher or the examiner gives the test and the student always takes it. So the one who gives the test is examiner, and one who takes the test, the student, is the examinee. So what happens, kabhi kabhi kya hota hai, that interviewer asks you about the place you belong to. Suppose I come from Sopor and the interviewer may ask me, what is the origin of the word Sopor? Where has this word come from? How did this word get birth? So they just want to check whether you have got enough knowledge, adequate knowledge about your residence, your area, your background, your culture, because that forms one important ingredient of the process in which interview is conducted. So that is how you are tested on different grounds, and interviewers do get interested in asking you about your location, about the area where you come from. So I am Tufail Haji. I come from Sopor, or you can say I live at Sopor. Remember, whenever you are talking of a station, you are talking of at. And whenever you are talking of a somewhat permanent residence, you are talking of in. Now see, there is a place, there is a mohalla, there is a location in Sopor that's called Nurbag, where I actually reside. So Sopor is a town, it is a bigger unit, and then Nurbag is a smaller unit that falls in the town of Sopor. So I can just relate it like I live at Nurbag in Sopor. So for the stations we use at. He is at the cinema. He is studying at the university. Similarly, while traveling from Sopor to Srinagar, we stopped at Patan. That means while traveling from Sopor to Srinagar, Patan was a station, so we stopped at Patan. Stations ke saath at, or bigger units ke saath, like a town, you are talking of a town, you are talking of a district, you are talking of a division. For bigger units, we use in, and for smaller stations, we use at. So you will mention the main town or the main city where you come from when we talk of residence. By the way, residence is the noun, and the verb from residence is reside. So reside means live. Where do you reside? Where do you live? You can also say there is a phrasal verb, where do you put up? So putting up somewhere is also related to living. Where are you living? Remember, there is a difference between I live and I am living. So you need to understand, if you say I live, you are talking of present simple tense. And if you say I am living, you are talking of present continuous tense. Remember, we use present simple tense for a permanent location somewhat, and we use present continuous tense for a temporary location. Suppose I live in Sopor, but these days I am living in Srinagar. I live in Sopor, that's my permanent stay, but these days, currently, that means temporary, ajkal, I am living. So same happens with the I go and I am going. I go to school by bus. That means normally, usually I go. permanently somewhat, I go. But these days or currently, I am going on foot. Be correct with the preposition usage when we talk of foot. We don't say I go by foot. That's wrong. We say I go on foot. I go by bus. I go by a train. That is how we use by and what's called on as prepositions. Prepositions का मॉड्यूल तो आगे आने वाला है. ये तो बस ऐसे ही गुजरते गुजरते हम ये बात कह गए. We are talking of the name in introduction. You can talk about the residence, where do you live, where do you put up, and then you are talking about obviously when you send your resume. I hope you understand resume. I've already discussed this. resume. Resume is a French word which means the details of your qualifications and experience. In fact, on the resume, very many things are already written. Like your name is written, the personal details are written, your parentage is written, your residence is written, your DOB is written. So normally in introduction, you don't mention everything. आप हर कोई चीज मेंशन नहीं करते. नाम बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज इंटरव्यूअर क्या चाहता है. वो चाहता है कि मुझे पहले ही 2-3 मिनटों में ये पता चले कि बंदा जो है अपने आप को किस हद तक एनालाइज करने में कामयाब हो जाता है. वो समराइज अपनी पर्सनैलिटी को कैसे करेगा अपनी इंट्रोडक्शन में. हाउ इंस्पिरेशनल, हाउ क्लियर, हाउ ल्यूसिड एंड हाउ ब्यूटिफुल can a person introduce himself or herself. Therefore, introduction sets the tone. ये समझ लीजिए कि एक टोन सेट हो जाती है इंटरव्यूअर को आपसे सवाल पूछने के लिए. So it's in fact a formal way also. Whenever you are meeting a stranger, it is the best thing is to introduce yourself. जैसे हम मिलते हैं तो बोलते हैं आप अपना तारुफ करवाइए, अपने बारे में कुछ बोल दीजिए, so that हमें पता चले कि आपका मिजाज कैसा है, आप किस किस्म के इंसान हैं, आप कहाँ से आए हैं, और आपके साथ जो मैं बात करने जा रहा हूँ उसकी इफादियत और उसका जो फ़ायदा है वो किस हद तक हो सकता है, और मुझे किस ढंग से आपके साथ, किस एतबार से, किस मामले में आपके साथ बात जो है वो मुफीद हो सकती है. सो इंट्रोडक्शन हैज़ दीज बेनिफिट्स. We are talking specifically about introducing yourself in especially interviews when you are applying for interview. Obviously, you are speaking about the name, you are speaking about the residence, and now you have to speak about one thing, that is what are you doing? That means what are you currently doing? आप कर क्या रहे हैं? Or what have you done? Because these are important things for the interviewer to note and know that what have you done and what are you doing. What have you done? आपने किया क्या है? Obviously, you'll be speaking about the qualifications that you have done. Maybe in my case, you'll say I've done my master's in English and I've done my master's in education, I've done my master's in Urdu, or I've done my MEd, or I've done my BEd, I've done this course, this course, this course from this university, this university, this university. Or if you are still studying, I am pursuing BEd, I am pursuing MEd, or I am pursuing any particular degree, or I am currently doing a job. Whatever have you done or whatever you are doing, these are things which an interviewer does need to know, because it has got an implication, it has got a connection with the person whom you are talking about in terms of his selecting you for the particular task that has been assigned. So, जो post advertise हुआ है या जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की डिमांड है जिसके लिए आपका इंटरव्यू हो रहा है, तो आपकी इस नॉलेज को जान के he'll be or she'll be jotting down the remarks as of what nature is there regarding your performance, or maybe regarding your degrees that you have achieved, or regarding your life, regarding your skills. तो उनको ये important जानना है. So you will be talking about your qualification, and if you have got some experience, Obviously, you can talk about that also. If you have done any job earlier, अगर आपने कोई काम किया हुआ है, you can obviously talk about that, and you can talk about the experiences that you have had in different institutions. Maybe if you have worked, I have worked in this institution for these many years. I have worked as a teacher, as a coordinator, as a principal, as a sports in charge, as this, as that in particular institutions. You have to maybe speak about them too, as per the demand of the organization. So you have spoken the name. नाम भी आप बोला, आपने आपने रेजिडेंस बोली, आपने ये बोला कि आपकी एक्सपीरियंसेस क्या हैं या आपने क्या क्वालिफिकेशंस अचीव की हैं. You should also be knowing about yourself, like you should be knowing about your SWOT. That means you must be knowing what are your strengths, you must be knowing what are your weaknesses, you must be knowing what are your opportunities. हम बोलते हैं SWOT analysis, and you must be knowing what are your threats. Obviously, all the things you may not be speaking about, because in a short interview ये सारी चीजें तो डिस्कस नहीं हो सकती, but then you will obviously speak about what are your greatest strengths, what's your forte. Forte means strength. So आप क्या बेहतर करना चाहते हैं, what are your skills, what are the things that you do best, what do you want in life. When we talk of the aim, what is your goal, आप obviously अपने aim के बारे में बोलेंगे. What is your aim in life, what did you want to do, or what do you want to do as a teacher, maybe what do you want in life once you complete your studies. Where do you feel that you can serve better, where do you feel that you have a better skill set. तो आपको अपनी strengths के बारे में पूछना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि इस चीज़ का ताल्लुक भी है, बोलना पड़ेगा, इस चीज़ का ताल्लुक भी है आपके उस जॉब से जिस जॉब के लिए, या मे बी जिस प्रोग्राम के लिए आप सिलेक्ट होना चाहते हैं, या जिस प्रोफाइल के लिए आप सिलेक्ट होना चाहते हैं. Therefore, the interviewer or the team, the panel should be knowing what are your strengths, what is your forte, what are your skills, how is your opinion shaping about life, and how is your opinion about different scenarios that you feel are very important for living a successful life. So you have to be ready with your aim in life. I want to become a teacher, I want to become a successful teacher. And obviously, once you are done with the aim, then you can even be asked, or you can include your hobbies. What do you like to do the most? So my hobbies, I like gardening, I like playing cricket, I like listening to music. Maybe there are people with different hobbies. I like writing, reading novels, surfing the net. These can be different hobbies that you love doing, you know, when you have leisure hours, when you have time that you feel that you can do. You just entertain yourself with the things. There are some people who write diaries, and there are some people who do gardening. Some people, most of us are nowadays busy surfing only, using the social networking sites, and some people watch serials, some people love watching TV, some people love watching the reality shows, some people love reading the books, some people love chatting with the friends, some people love traveling. So many things that you love about, because the interviewer also needs to know that how balanced or what sort of tastes and distastes do you have. क्योंकि हर चीज़ का कोई ना कोई लिंक जो है उस प्रोफाइल के साथ है जिस चीज़ के लिए वो आपको सिलेक्ट करना चाहता है या आपने उस चीज़ के लिए अप्लाई किया हो. Therefore, you must be knowing your hobbies. What are your hobbies? And they should be very healthy hobbies. Obviously, you cannot be speaking about what is negative in your personality, because at the same time आपको ख्याल में रखना है कि मुझे इंटरव्यूअर को अपनी ओर जो है माइल करना है. That means interviewer has to feel quite impressed with the amount of the quality that you put in your words. उनको बड़ा अच्छा लगना चाहिए आपके साथ, आपके ख्यालात के साथ, जो आपकी opinions जो है वो उनके लिए बहुत ही ज़्यादा अच्छे और motivation होने चाहिए. So you cannot include anything that is depressing, that is pessimistic. में एक defeatist approach लगे, उनको लगना चाहिए कि he is a positive thinker, उनको लगना चाहिए कि he is an optimist. An optimist is a person who sees the sunny side of things, bright side of things. उनको लगना चाहिए कि he is a strong person in terms of his mental, frame. He does not have a defeatist approach towards life. He is ready to face the challenges. I'm ready to face the challenges. I'm ready to face situations that are testing. I get the best out of myself when the challenges are stronger. So उनको एक strong message जो है उन तक पहुंचनी चाहिए through your introduction. So you have to keep a very positive smile on your face, and you have to make sure that obviously you dress formally. That's obviously part of a very good interview process. And then we are specifically right now talking about the communication part. What all can be included in the introduction. We start with the name, and then we had information related to where do we live, and then what are our qualifications, or what's our experience in the field, or maybe the post that's advertised. And afterwards, we can move forward with the strengths and the weaknesses. Maybe we can start with the hobbies also. We talk about our hobbies. What are our hobbies? We just explain them. In fact, we just touch upon them. No need to explain too much into the hobbies. Then we move forward, and then we talk about obviously the aim in life also. In between, we talk about the aim also. What do we want to do in life, and our ideas about life, our ideas about inspiration, our ideas about success. These things, I think all the people who appear for the interviews should be prepared for. Like, what's your idea? Maybe you'll be asked, what's your idea of success? Whom do you consider a successful person? So there are different perceptions. You can speak about your perception. Suppose I'll say that a successful person is one who always finds a way, not an excuse. A successful person is one who loves to grow amidst challenges and is not satisfied till he passionately draws out the best from his person. So there can be different people. For some people, success is money earning. For some people, success is pleasure of God. For some people, success means living your passion, you living your dreams. There are different people with different theories of success. Similarly, life. For some people, life is just a struggle. For some, life is just entertainment. So many people have different mindsets. And with different mindsets, you can introduce your opinions. In fact, you can speak up your opinions about different things that concern a person or a personality. So you would talk about your aim, you talk about your hobbies, you talk about your likes and dislikes, and you talk about what is life to you. Maybe you'll be asked also. You talk about your strengths and the opportunities that you have had earlier, or what are the opportunities that you want to make better use of. So you should be knowing your opportunities also. Now, as a person, what sort of talents God Almighty has gifted you with, and how do you, as a person, think that you can just give vent to those pent-up talents, to those latent talents that are within you, and how do you propose to explore and exploit those talents that have been endowed upon you by God Almighty. So then what are the threats? Where do you feel that you have got some challenges to mount? Where do you feel that you have got some stumbling blocks to overcome? कौन कौन सी चीज़ें ऐसे हैं जहाँ पे आपको लगता है कि मुझे ये चीज़ ओवरकम करने की ज़रूरत है, यहाँ पे जो है मेरा थ्रेट जोन है, यहाँ पे मुझे खतरा लग रहा है. Therefore, it's an overall summary of your life as a person. It's overall summary of your existence. When we talk of inspiration, when we talk of introduction, and that is something where you all must be cautious of जब अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस करें तो किस डायरेक्शन में, किस दिशा में आपकी ज़िंदगी जो है जानी चाहिए. यू शुड बी वेल क्लियर, वेल अवेयर, वेल कॉन्शियस of your person, and all the things that you speak up in the introduction should have this thing, that is positivity. Because जो ही आपकी बात में कोई नेगेटिविटी एग्जामिनर को या मे बी सॉरी इंटरव्यूअर को लगी तो वो obviously that will be a negative mark for you. You should be always a positive thinker. No? We say an optimist sees the rose, a pessimist sees the thorn, isn't it? An optimist sees light in darkness, a pessimist sees darkness in light. Similarly, you may have to talk about your favorites. So what have been your favorites? Who are the ones whom you like very much? Maybe in terms of sports, in terms of education, in terms of what's called the personalities, poets. What are your favorites? What do you love the most? And उससे क्या हो जाता है, जो एक इंटरव्यूअर होता है उसको आपका एक ओवरव्यू मिल जाता है कि ये किस नेचर की पर्सनैलिटी है. सो all these things come together, and then we make sure that we have a very entertaining and we have a very enchanting introduction, and that is how we introduce, and that's how we communicate. Remember, we have to make sure that when we speak quite fluently with a smile on the lips. We must not show any signs of depression. There are some people who carry a handkerchief also, and then they are just wiping off their sweat after minutes, and that should not happen. You have to look confident, you have to feel confident, and you should know what you are speaking, and you should stand by what you are speaking. So all these things summarize the way you introduce yourself, and afterwards comes what's called the questions from the interviewer. So most importantly, it has to be inspirational, it has to be crisp, the choice of words has to be very formal. Make sure कि आप कोई informal words ज़्यादा use ना करें, क्योंकि जो panel होती है वो ये भी देखती है कि how good is the choice of words, how formal is the language, and obviously it has to be grammatically correct also. Very important for you that whenever you speak, you don't speak in fragments. You speak in full sentences, and you do not give the impression that you are overpowering the panel with verbose and bombastic vocabulary, because the panel is already on top of it and they know the contents of their game very well. Therefore, you don't need to exaggerate too much. You need to be quite simple, quite decent, and don't show any frankness that is too much. Just answer the question that comes your way, and in the first part, introduce yourself and do not explain and elaborate. That is not necessary. So all these things coming up together to form your introduction. I hope that you'll work on this, and I may send some of the capsules also as material for you also, so that you can study. And then the homework for you will be that you will have to frame an introduction of yours, and you can speak up in the mirror, and you see how to introduce, thinking that the person in the mirror is your interviewer, and you are just constantly speaking about these points that I discussed today. I think this is going to help lots. You can introduce yourself now to your siblings around or your parents, and you see how do you fluently do it. And wherever you feel, जहाँ पे आपको लगता है कि हम रुक रहे हैं, do it again. Keep doing it from the start, again and again, and make sure that you get the right words to frame your idea, in fact, to get your ideas assembled, and you make this introduction very short and sweet. Inshallah, next time we'll be talking about something more beautiful. For today, I think it's enough. These are the important points that you need to take up, and today, in fact, this is your time to introduce yourself to the people who are around you. Just do it and see how do you make your introduction quite inspirational and entertaining. And the people who listen to your introduction, they should have a big, broad, beaming smile on their face. And But the best way to become a good speaker is to speak. And that is the solution to good speaking. Start introduction, and remember that time is going to come when many more beautiful things are going to come from your lips. So, till the next time, it is a goodbye. Take care. Stay blessed. Tufail Haji once again will be, inshallah, with you with something more beautiful, and that comes tomorrow. Till then, it's a goodbye. Take care. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz. Stay smiling.